Om गन्तादिसंवतो यज्ञायता अपो joyful life. Which will connect to our spirit. Is called spirituality. For me. But once you come to the spiritual path, it makes you to think, I am for the world. That is, physical body is not permanent. The mind is also not permanent. Most of the times, that the decisions we make, because when we say the soul, it means a divine. We are all know so because of that we can't able to connect with that. Amma always tell this as an example. Path through various practices, through many informations, through wisdom, among so many ways to connect with the divine, the simple and it seems when we do chanting, that too creates sound, but along with that sound, it also creates the words to speak. It just creates that vibrations what we create within us, it will strengthen our soul, stronger and more stronger it will have its influence. Before our mind is predominant in our soul. When our soul becomes stronger and strengthened, then it will be predominant. Than the mind. Through the spiritual practices, chanting, meditation, power, strength, all the positive is the character of the soul. So when we stray, or it's connected with the mind, so because of that, it seems certain things we are chasing, certain things mind is chasing. But now when it connected with the soul, the thought what we have, the words what we speak, the actions what we do, it's all like divine.
भक्तो मत्वत्तये सञ्जग्मानो दिवाकरे पवस्वसूर्यो मृते पवनानस्यते कवेवादिं सर्जा अपृच्छत अर्वन्तो नक्षवस्य वः अच्छागोरं मधुश्रुतमसुग्नं वारे अव्यये अवावसन्त भीतयः अच्छा समुद्रमिन्द्रवो गङ्गावो नभेनवः अग्मन्तस्य योनिमा अग्नहमयादिवीतये गुणानो हव्यदातये निहोता तत्सिवर्षि सन्ध्वासमिद्भिरङ्गिरो वृतेन वर्धयामसि बृहच्छोदायविच्छा सनक्रतुष्कवार्यमच्छादेव विलासति बृहदग्ने सुवीर्यम् आनो मित्रावरुणा कृतैर्धर्म्यो विमुक्षतम् मद्भारजां विषुक्तयो पुरुषं दानमो वृधावह्नादक्षस्य राजतः राधिष्ठा विस्मृतिस्ततः गुणानादमदग्निना यो नावृतस्य सीदतं पातं सोमभृतायुधान् आयाहि सुषुमाहितरिन्द्रसोमम्
all to have the peaceful, blissful, and joyful life. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. Spirituality. What's the meaning of this word? Kathy? Sweet? Of course, sweet is also. The path which will connect to our spirit is called spirituality. Why we need this? Why we need this spirituality? We are already experiencing so many things in our life, like happiness, worries, difficulties, so many things. In addition to this, we need the spiritual path, spirituality. The reason is to make our life more purpose, more worthful. Before spiritual path, we think the world is for me. But once you come to the spiritual path, it makes you to think, I am for the world. That is the difference. How we get the transformation when we come to spiritual path? Before coming to spiritual path, we are connected with our mind. Our mind is connected with materialistic things. After we come to spiritual path, we try to connect with soul. What is the difference between mind and soul? Mind is related with the physical body. When we said the physical body is not permanent, the mind is also not permanent. Most of the times that the decisions we make through mind, it cannot be right always. Sometimes, we too take some wrong decisions. Why? Jagadambi.
That brings temporary happiness, but not the connection with the permanent and the unity that comes through that. So we're serving ourself, our limited self.
Very good. When we connect to that soul, how come we believe that it transformed our life? Because when we say the soul, it means a divine. We all know the divine exists everywhere. When we say divine exists everywhere, divine also exists within us in a form of soul. But when there is the divine exist within us, why can't we be like divine? Why can't we manifest? Why can't we materialize the things? Why can't we always be in bliss? Why we have the trouble and problems? The answer is, though we have the divine within us in a form of soul, but it is wrapped with our karma. So because of that, we can't able to connect with that. Amma always tell this as an example. There is the two electric bulb within us, but there is the only one wire. What is the two electric bulb? One is mind, another one is soul. There is only one wire which is conscious. Most of the time, the wire is always connected with mind. So because of that, we can't see ourselves as divine. Then what we need to do to see ourselves as the divine, to cultivate the divine quality, to have the divine thoughts, what we need to do? That's why we are coming to the spiritual path. When we come to the spiritual path, through various practices, through many informations, through wisdom, we can able to connect with soul. When we connect with the soul, which is, you are connected with the divine. So in path of devotion, among so many ways to connect with the divine, the simple and powerful way in the spiritual path is chanting. Chanting the mantras. What is mean by chanting? What is the difference between ordinary words and the chanting? It seems chanting is also a word. Again, from morning to night, we speak, we use so many words. That is also words. Chanting is also a word. Then what is the difference between the chanting and just the words? When we use the words just to speak, it just creates that sound. When we do chanting, that too creates sound, but along with that sound, it also creates the vibrations. So, the purpose of chanting is to create the vibrations. So, the difference between ordinary words and the chanting is, when we use the words to speak, it just creates the sound. But when we do chanting, along with that sound, it creates the energy, it creates the power, it creates the vibrations. So when we chant a certain mantras repeatedly, it creates the positive vibrations, energy, power. That vibrations, what we create within us, it will strengthen our soul. It is like adding a fertilizer or manure to the plant. If we just pour the water, plant will grow. If you add more manure to that, it will grow faster and healthy. So similarly, when we do chantings, it creates the positive vibrations. That vibrations, that what we create through chanting, it will add, it will connect with our soul. So then our soul get enhanced, stronger. So when it becomes stronger, stronger and more stronger, it will have its influence. Before, our mind is predominant. So that's why our conscious is always influenced by mind. When we do the chanting, the vibrations what we create, it enhances our soul, which means it makes the soul stronger. Before it will be like a spark. When you blow the spark with the pipe again and again, what will happen? The spark will glow and grow. So similarly, when we do the chantings, the vibration of the chantings, it strengthens our soul. When our soul becomes stronger and strengthened, then it will be predominant than the mind. See, before, the soul is wrapped with the Maya. That time, our mind seems predominant. So because of that, we always have the influence of the mind. Now, through the spiritual practices, chanting, meditation, singing, pujas, through all this, when we create the vibration and when we make the soul stronger, then the soul will become predominant. As we know, the mind has certain character, the soul has most of the positive character. What is the character of the mind? What is the character of the mind? We are not sure. We are not sure. What is the character of soul? Divine. Bliss, peace, love, wisdom, mercy, beautiful, power, strength. All the positive is the character of the soul. So when we strengthen our soul and when it becomes predominant, then because of its predominant, automatically our conscious will connect with soul. When it connects with the soul, before it's connected with the mind, so because of that, it seems certain things we are chasing, certain things mind is chasing. But now when it connected with the soul, the thought what we have, the words what we speak, the actions what we do, it's all like divine. So now we may worried about our karma, our thoughts, our actions. But when we connect with our soul, we need not to worried about our thought, action, words, everything. All will be like divine. So the purpose of chanting is to strengthen our soul. So by doing that, we can able to experience the divinity within us. So, in path of devotion, the chanting is very, very important. We can just take an example, Now Amma will chant 2 words, You all can feel and tell from these 2 words in which word you feel the more energy, and the vibration. Okay? So, the first letter is Tell one word, Green. Okay, that is chanting, something materialistic. Paper. Or everyone likes money. Okay, we use that. Okay. Just close your eyes and listen this. Money, money. Just enjoy. Money, 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 money. If you laugh, you can't listen the vibrations. Okay? Okay. Be serious. Money, 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 gloom, 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 gloom. Okay? In which word you find? Gloom or money? Gloom. Why? It's a Bija Mantra. The gloom is the Bija Mantra for earth goddess. So money is also a word. Gloom is also a word. But when we chant gloom, it creates the vibration. How come we get all these mantras? Did someone created this with their imagination? No. Thousands and thousands of years back, the sages, who we call the enlightened souls, when they raise this question, because they realize the whole universe is filled with the divine in a form of energy. When we say divine, for the divine, it doesn't have any particular form. But divine can take any form. But divine doesn't hold or have any particular form. When divine is in a state of formless, then what is the state of the divine? It is just energy. From that energy only, it takes that form. So before the form, divine is in the state of formless, in the form of energy. So what is that energy? We can say it's a power, and we can use many words. So when you say divine is in the form of energy, then the sages wonder, then what is the source of this energy? When divine exists in the whole universe in a form of energy, then what is the source? They want to know when they need the divine grace. Like for example, we all know the air is everywhere. But why we are using the fan? Even if there is no fan, still there is the air here. But why we are using the fan? Bob? When we need more, when we want to feel that, so we need something, to gather that. to bring that. So we are using the fan. So similarly, the sages had a thought. When we need to use the divine energy, when we need to feel the divine energy, how to bring this, how to collect this. And they had the intention to know what is the source of this energy, how we can create or how we can utilize this for the human life. That time, they had the intuition, because since they are connected with the divine, the moment you raise the question, the next moment you will get the answer within you. So they receive just a sound saying, I am hidden in this letter. So, not just one rishis, many rishis, when they had the intention to create this existing energy in the universe, in the particular place, and when they wonder how to create that, then different sages, they received the words within themselves. And when they chant that word, when they repeat that what they receive, it creates the energy which exists in the universe. So the chanting is the seed for the divine energy which exists in the universe. So most of these chantings, it doesn't have any particular meaning. For example, Haim, Sreem, Kreem, Kleem, Glaum, Gham, Khang, Nang, Mang, Yang, Sing, Vang, Rang, Lang, Leem, Lai, Yam, Hum, Mum, Hum, Am, Goom, Glaum. Like this it goes. So any of these words doesn't have any meaning, but when you chant, it creates the energy. That is the energy which is already exist in the universe, which means the divine energy. So, this has not just created 100 years back or 200 years back. It exists for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. How come we know this is real? What is the proof? The existence of this itself is the proof. You don't need anything else. When something is not truth, it won't exist forever. When something is in truth, only that thing will exist. For example, if someone have the stomachache, you ask your friends or doctors what to do. If the doctor say, take a 10 red chili, grind it and then drink. How you feel? You will get healed? No. It make the thing worst. It will be worst. Once you had the experience, do you ever share with your loved ones? No, we don't. Sometimes, though we go through some difficult things, sometimes we don't feel, that others should suffer the same thing. Again, you are asking, to some other friends, I'm having stomachache, what to do? Then they are saying, okay, take some tender coconut, mix some aloe vera in it, drink. How you feel then? Better. So, in your family, if someone got the same problem, what you will tell? Chili or this? We will ask them to drink the tender coconut. Then they will pass the message to someone else. Take the tender coconut. Then they will pass, they will pass, they will pass, because it has the truth. If something doesn't have the truth, it won't exist for, long time. It will appear. As soon as how it appeared, in the same way it will disappear. So now we are talking about the mantras, means the proof for the mantra is the existence of it. That's it. Because it is not created just 20 years back. It was created few thousands and thousands and thousands of years back. After so many thousands of years, still we are practicing that same mantra. For example, now for Saraswati, goddess of wisdom, if we are using the word letter I, means what will be the word 100 years back, 1000 years back, 5000 years back? Haim. It is the same word. Why still we are holding on it? Because it does the miracles in our life. So because of that, till yesterday, today and tomorrow, it will continue. So the existence itself is the proof, for its power. So, when the sages, they revealed, because when we said the enlightened one, what's the meaning of enlightenment? What is the meaning of enlightenment? Anandaneti?
Conscious awareness.
Yes. Having that awareness, I am not just the body. I am the part of divine. I am divine. Having that conscious is called enlightenment. In the human life, in the path of devotion, along with the materialistic life, sometimes that experience comes and goes. For sages, it won't come and goes. They will be permanently always in the state of divine. They are always connected with that conscious. So they are called enlightened ones. So once we said the enlightened soul, the thoughts, the message, whatever comes from them, it is not from the body. It is from divine. So like this, many sages, they revealed the special magical letters which is holding secretly the divine energy within it. That is called Bija Mantras. So when we chant that mantras, it is always easy to mix milk with the milk. It is always easy to mix oil with oil. Why? Why it is easy? Same. So when you create the divine energy through chanting, it will mix with the divine, because it is same. When milk can mix with the milk, when oil can mix with oil, the divine can mix with the divine. So when you do the chanting, the energy what we create, the vibration what we create, it will add into our soul. So then the soul becomes stronger than yesterday. Along with that, when we continue our practice, next day our soul will get more energy. The more energy, more and more and more. Then once before the soul energy was just like a spark. Now with the spiritual practice, it start to glow. When it start to glow, that will be the predominant force within us. Before, we need to try to connect with soul. We take lots of efforts. We do so much of efforts to connect with the soul. But when our soul is stronger, we don't need to take big effort. The moment you think that you want to connect with the divine, the next second you will be connected. Why? Because that is predominant. Most of the devotees will have the experience, having that electric shock, at least once in the life. So generally, once we have that experience, how we tell that, narrate that to others, how we say, Phil, how we say, like once you had the experience of electric shock, touching the, no, how you will say that to others, for example. No, experience of the divine, touching the electric wire.
Okay, let me try one more time, Mama.
No. Amma's question is, if you had experience of the electric shock
Yes.
by touching the electric wire, okay, so how you convey that? What word you use?
Oh, it would be very painful and traumatic.
No, what you will say? I got shock.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So you will say, I got shock.
I was thinking that when I do Amma's mantra,
No,
I was
no, no,
tricked.
no.
I get
No.
that. I get that positive electricity.
Yes.
Yes.
So you would say, I got shock. But we will never say, I give shock to electricity. Always we say, I got shock. Why only electric shock is, passed to us? Why our energy is not passing to electricity? Why? Yes, that is stronger. So because of that, that can influence us. Since our energy is not strong enough, so we can't influence that. So similarly, once we strengthen our soul, that will be like electric shock. Before that, it will be hard for us to connect with the divine. We find so many ways. We said, I try to connect with the divine. My mind is keep on going. But through this practices, once your soul is strong enough, without any effort, your conscious, will connect with the soul. Because now the soul is a strong force, predominant force. It starts to radiate all its character. What's the character? All positive character. So when it starts to radiate, vibrate all the character, automatically our conscious will connect with the soul. So then we feel the experience of the divinelyhood within us in a state of bliss, in a state of unconditional love, in a state of peace, in a state of health, in a state of positive thinking, in a state of good thoughts. In all positive way, we feel that. Mostly, it about peace. What is mean by peace? What is mean by peace? Green? When there is the state of without worrying about anything, when you feel content, most of the people, since we don't have the experience of the peace, we always think peace means like him, like her, something like that. But peace, it's not you can experience with a materialistic. Maybe when we have thousands of dollars, we think, oh, if I make 100,000, I will be happy. But you ask the person who is having 100,000, he also search. By thinking, if he make million, he will be happy. Or he will find the peace, or he will find the content. You ask the person with 1 million, he will also searching for peace. And knowing he have everything, but still there is the vacuum in him. So the content, when we said contentment, it's not with the wealth. To have the peace, one doesn't need anything. Money is not the matter there. You just feel, I am having everything. Maybe at this stage it will be little hard to feel that. How can we say, I have everything, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this. But when you connect with the divine, the sort of experience what you will get, then you will realize what is meant by peace. One can say sugar cane is sweet, but one cannot say how the sweet is. For that, what we need to do? We need to experience. A peace is also like that. It's a sort of contentment. It's a fullness. Maybe we can tell someone in this world, oh, he's a content person. By seeing all this character, we can say, oh, he never complained, he's always happy, he's doing this. And if you ask that person, he may also have one worried about anything. So, it is very hard to find someone in this world without that spirituality to find the peace. What we think or what we see as a peace is different. Happiness, all this fun and everything, it comes and goes. A peace is something, it's a sort of experience of contentment and fullness. You will never complain about anything. Does it mean you don't have any problem? In spite of all the problem, you will not feel the pain of everything, In spite of all the challenges, you don't feel the effect of all the challenges. Still you will feel the fullness. It's called peace, which is the character of divine. When we connect with the soul, then we can able to attain that experience. Once you have that experience, if someone asks us, I like to make you the president for the human world, you said, I don't want that. Because the peace, will be greater than this. Maybe now, though we think, but still there is the chance of having desire on certain things. But once we experience the peace, as Amma said, even if someone wants to give the whole planet to us, we say, no, I am happy. I have everything. So at that state, you feel all the character of the divine. So, the ultimate purpose of the spiritual path is to connect one to the spirit, and through that it makes one to experience the reality. Now we think, I am this, I am that, but actually we are not that. We all are divine. Are we really experience and telling that? It's an information. But when we experience that, that is the purpose of this human life. In between whatever comes, the materialistic things, wealth, fame, it's all is the blessings of divine, as an opportunity to create more and more good karmas, which helps us to connect with the divine. So for that, as Amma said before, the simple and powerful thing is the chanting. So when we chant the divine mantras, it creates the positive energy within us. As Amma said, oil can mix with oil, milk can mix with milk. When we create the divine energy through chanting, it can add to the divine which is within us in a form of soul. So it will be stronger, and that strength what we create through chanting, it makes us to connect with divine. So that is the purpose of chanting. As Amma said, the vibration can mix with the vibration. How? Anandaniti? Yes. Through chanting, it creates the vibrations. The vibrations, what we create, it will mix to that same energy which is within us, which is soul. To experience that, just Amma will chant the mantras, you all can just experience or try to experience to see whether your soul is awakening or listening to that, because divine can connect with the divine, so. Om Haim Namaha. 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 Haim, Haim, Aim. Haim, haim, haim. 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 Okay. How was that feel?
That was
Yes.
sublime. And all the energies
Yes.
flowing.
Yes. Because it is the divine intention to awake all the soul, which is sleeping. You know. So, the chanting is the gift for this human life, which is very simple but very powerful. So, though there are many different ways and paths in the spirituality to connect with the divine, but still, as Amma said, chanting is very easiest and powerful way. So in that way, Amma bless you all to have the peaceful, blissful and enlightened life. If there is any question regarding this, can ask. All are enlightened. Yes, yes.
Use just that sound.
Yes, yes. Because this hymn, which is the seed for the Saraswati, goddess of wisdom. When we say there is the divine within us, we can call that as a soul. More than that, if you want to know the soul energy which is within us, it acts as a three major force within us, which is called Jnana Shakti. What's the meaning, Jagadambe? Wisdom. Icha Shakti. Desire. Kriya Shakti. Strength. It is not just in human. In every creation, there is the divine, which always react in this three major character. For example, we can see the big tortoise, which lives always in ocean. It won't lay the eggs in ocean. What it do? It come to the shore and then it lays the eggs. And it won't hatch also. Once it laid the eggs, the tortoise return back to ocean. After few days, like 40 or 45 days, once the small turtles start to hatch from the egg, all the turtles follow only the ocean side. It never comes to the human side. Who taught to the small little turtles, which doesn't know anything about the world, when it comes to the world the first day, how always it moved towards the ocean. The instinct, which we called wisdom, goddess of wisdom, Saraswati is there. Saraswati is guiding the creation. Just go. The moment it reaches the ocean, it starts to swim. Who taught that to swim? Kriya Shakti, energy of strength, which is Durga. It is there. Kriya. Kriya means action. At least for human, we need someone to teach how to swim. Other than the human, all the creations, it will have that instinct, the strength and power. The first, the instinct which is guiding, go this way. Not the human way, they will make you soup. You know, said, go this way, this way. Yeah. And the moment it reaches the water, it starts swimming. Where is Durga is there, Kriya Shakti is there. And then after it swim little while, it feels hunger. Then it find tiny things from the ocean, which is desire, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, wisdom, Icha Shakti, desire, Kriya Shakti, strength. So our life is based on this tree. We all have desire. To fulfill the desire, we are taking the effort, which is strength. And we are coming with good ideas. We think it's good ideas. Wisdom. So still if someone have the doubt, where is the soul? This 3 is the proof that there is the soul. Even we can see another thing as example. You know, most of us, we may see this in the National Geographic Discovery Channel, Animal Planet. Once the wild beast, you know, give the birth to the little calf, within a minute or two, the small calf, you know, it just get up by itself, you know, and it will know where is the udder. You know, it just go and start suckle. You know, no one taught to that calf, that is the udder. You just go and suckle like this. How come it knows? Instinct, which is a force of Saraswati, goddess wisdom. It is there. After 10 minutes, you know, it just drink the enough milk it needs. Then it become, you know, little stronger. Then what it does? Runs. You know, run and run again. You know, so many miles. So in the meanwhile, if a lion or tiger start to chase that, the calf run faster than the lion. It even doesn't see the lion image or face just 5 minutes before. But how come it know that this is danger to me? Instinct. You know, Kriya Shakti, Durga. So, there is Saraswati within us, there is Lakshmi within us, there is Durga within us. Jnana Shakti, wisdom, is Saraswati. Icha Shakti, desire, is Lakshmi. Kriya Shakti, strength or action, is Durga. And when we chant the particular mantras, that particular energy will become stronger within us. So that's why we are chanting. Saraswati is already there. So on top of that, when you add the nourishment, manure, then it will become stronger. So that's why we do chantings. So to strengthen, to make our soul energy stronger. That's why we do chantings. So that is the purpose of chantings. You know, to strengthen our wisdom, energy, to strengthen our energy of Icha, which is Lakshmi's force, and to strengthen our power, which is Durga's force. And when you chant the particular mantras, you know, it will strengthen that energy. And when you chant Om Namo Narayani, it strengthens all the 3 energies. So this is the another proof that there is the divine within us. We need not to see even from us. You can just take the creation from this. Even you take the plant, if you have a part in the steps, you know, after 15 days, all the leaf, it just bent towards the eastern side. Why? Sunlight. As a human we can say, oh, we are 6 cents. Animals, how many cents? 5 cents. The plants and trees, they are single cents. Some are 2 cents. So even with the single cents, still this 3/4 is there. How come a plant no sunlight is there? And we can see this with a plant, that sunflower plant. In the morning, flower will be this side. Evening, flower turned this side. So these are all the proof that divine exists everywhere, as Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Yes, Ram.
Hello. What is the difference between instinct and intuition? Or is there a difference?
Instinct, which is naturally already, which is within us. Intuition, through our spiritual practices, some information that we may receive, that what is going to happen in future. That is intuition. Instinct, which is programmed, already pre-programmed, and said, just do this, go right, turn left. It is instinct. Intuition, which we will receive the message about the future, is intuition. That is the difference. Okay. What will happen when you do the spiritual practices, again the chantings, when your soul, that energy becomes stronger, the human mind, we can remember the past. But we don't know the future. Why? Our brain capacity is that. So it can remember the past. It cannot remember the future, or it don't know the future. But for divine is the form of time. Divine knows past, present, future. When you connect with divine, which is within you in a form of soul, then you can able to see your future. Through that, we can develop our intuition. So again, making our soul stronger, helps to have the blessings. Yes.
Many devotees, and you touched on it earlier in your discourse, are concerned with karma and working through their karma. From what you said in your discourse with chanting and connecting to the divine, is that a way of not managing karma but almost negating it, like almost going around it?
Okay, what will happen, for example, as per one's karma, if we have to go through some difficulty means, in what way chanting will help them? Okay, that's your question. When you do chanting, it creates the positive vibrations. That positive vibrations brings the strength and energy to accept and handle the difficulties. before it seems very big. It seems very painful. But through this practice, when we create the positive energy or divine energy through the chanting, it helps us to handle the situation. It brings the courage and strength to handle that. Problem may be there, but still it doesn't seems like a problem. Because we get that strength and energy through chanting. So, in that way, chanting helps to balance our karma. And second thing, when we do chanting, when it creates the positive energy, it will encourage us to have a good thought and to do the good things. Because of that, we are creating new good karmas. The good karmas what we create in this lifetime also help to balance the karma what we created in the previous lifetime.
If we have come with another practice like vipassana, is it time to let that go and just do the chanting, or is it good to do a mix?
Chanting, it is the, as Amma said,